Ah, my delightful audience, welcome back. Tonight we stand together in a world where the shadows of deceit and corruption linger, where the vile forces that seek to undermine integrity thrive, and where the very essence of truth is constantly under attack. But tonight, we are reminded that while many choose the easy path of violence and manipulation, there are still those among us who understand the power of resilience, the strength found in honor, and the sheer brilliance that comes from fighting smart. We have all witnessed the chaos that unfolds when others choose to fight dirty. They embrace deceit in their words and their actions. They trample over those who stand in their way without hesitation and without remorse. They rely on cowardice and the false belief that power can only be attained through force and dishonor. In their minds, the world is a battleground where the strongest win, regardless of the cost. But what they fail to see is the fatal flaw in their thinking. They are trapped in a cycle of quick victories and hollow triumphs. They can never truly rise above the mess they create because their foundation is built on lies. Their empire is weak. It will crumble under its own weight because it is built on a lie that cannot stand the test of time. You, however, you are different. You chose to rise above. You chose to fight smart. You knew from the very beginning that the real victory is not in crushing your opponents under your feet, but in outthinking them and staying one step ahead. You understood that the battle of life is not won by brute force, but by the strength of character and the power of intellect. You knew that while they may throw mud your way, you would rise above it and remain clean. While they played their dirty games with their lies and manipulations, you chose to elevate yourself through wisdom, patience, and strategy. In a world where shortcuts are often seen as the quickest route to success, you understood that true success is not measured by the wealth or power one attains, but by the integrity one holds onto through every storm. Your decision to fight smart was the decision to reject the superficial victories that come with dishonesty and corruption. It was the decision to rise above the filth of the world and keep your hands clean while still achieving greatness. Understand this. My audience, the ones who fight dirty, may seem to win in the short term. They may claim their prize and momentarily hold the crown, but their victory is fleeting. It is hollow because it was obtained through methods that will eventually betray them. Their minds are clouded by their need for immediate gratification, and their hearts poisoned by their insatiable desire for power. They will burn bridges they cannot rebuild, and they will make enemies that they cannot defeat. In the end, their own actions will become the chains that bind them. You, however, are building something far more valuable. You are not just striving for success. You are striving for significance. You are not merely trying to defeat your opponents in the battle before you. You are striving to leave a legacy that will endure. Every decision you make is a calculated move in a greater plan. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to show the world what it truly means to fight smart. You are building a fortress around your character that no one can breach. You are learning to bend without breaking and to stand tall in the face of adversity. While they rely on fear, you rely on intelligence. While they depend on brute force, you rely on strategy. While they destroy everything in their path, you build up everything you touch. And in the end, you will be the one who stands victorious, not because of your physical might, but because of your unwavering resolve and your ability to think beyond the immediate storm. Let us not fool ourselves into believing that fighting smart is always easy. No one said that the path you chose would be without difficulty. In fact, the road less traveled is often the one that seems the hardest to walk. But it is in those difficult moments that you will discover the true strength within you. It is in those moments when the world around you seems to be crumbling, when your opponents are attacking from every angle, that you will realize the true power of your choice. Fighting smart is not about avoiding the fight. It is about knowing when to fight and when to wait. It is about understanding that not every battle is worth your time and energy. It is about realizing that sometimes the greatest victory is in walking away from the pointless skirmishes and focusing your efforts on the battles that truly matter. It is about knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. It is about having the discipline to stay the course, even when the world is trying to pull you in 1,000 different directions. You may find yourself in situations where you feel tempted to fight dirty. You may face moments when the pressure is so intense and the stakes so high that the thought of taking the easy route seems appealing. But remember, the true price of fighting dirty is not just in the immediate consequences it brings, but in the long-term damage it does to your soul. The moment you choose to lower your standards and abandon your integrity, you are no longer the person you once were. You are no longer fighting for what is right, but for what is easy and what is selfish. The truth is that fighting smart requires a level of self-discipline and control that fighting dirty could never demand. When you choose to fight smart, you choose to act with purpose and precision. You choose to think before you speak and to weigh the consequences of your actions. You choose to understand that real power comes not from dominating others, but from elevating yourself above the chaos and noise of the world. Those who fight dirty are often slaves to their emotions. They let their anger, fear, and frustration dictate their actions. But you have learned to master your emotions. You have learned to channel them into something more powerful. You have learned to take the energy of negativity and transform it into something positive, something productive. You understand that your emotions are not your enemies, but your allies when used correctly. While they let their pride cloud their judgment, you let your humility guide your way. While they resort to name-calling and personal attacks, you hold your head high and rise above the mud they throw at you. You understand that every insult is an opportunity to show the world the strength of your character. Every attempt to drag you down is a reminder of why you chose to fight smart in the first place. And so I say to you tonight, my delightful audience, you are the true victors. You are the ones who will stand the test of time because your foundation is unshakable. You will rise above every storm that comes your way because you understand the power of strategy, patience, and wisdom. You will conquer, not through violence, but through the strength of your mind and the purity of your heart. Do not be disheartened by the challenges you face. Do not allow the dirty tactics of others to make you question your path. Understand that the harder the fight, the greater the victory. And when you stand tall at the end of it all, you will know that it was not the dirt you fought through that made you strong, but the wisdom with which you fought that made you invincible. So continue to fight smart, my friends. Continue to rise above the filth of the world and show everyone what it truly means to win with honor. The victory will be yours. It is already in your grasp. You have chosen the path of greatness. You have chosen to rise above and fight smart. And that, my friends, is the greatest choice you could ever make. The path you have chosen is not a simple one, nor is it for the faint of heart. The world around you may be full of distractions and temptations. It may whisper in your ear that fighting dirty is the easiest route to take. You see the ones who chase after empty glory, who claw their way to the top without a care for the damage they leave behind. They are loud and proud. Their victories are often showcased in the streets for all to see. But let me tell you this, those victories are hollow. They are not built on the foundation of strength and resilience. They are built on sand, destined to collapse when the winds of time blow strong enough. But you chose a different route. You chose to fight with intellect, with purpose, and with strategy. You chose not to engage in petty games, but instead to play the long game, the game that requires discipline, patience, and foresight. Your strength comes not from the force of your fists, but from the strength of your mind, the clarity of your purpose, and the unshakable foundation of your character. The road less traveled, my friends, is never easy. It is often lonely. You will find yourself standing alone at times, looking at the chaos around you, wondering why you didn't take the shortcut, why you didn't just give in to the temptation to fight dirty. But remember this, the greatest rewards are never found in the shortcuts. The true measure of success is not in how quickly you get to the top, but in how you get there. The ones who rise through deceit and manipulation are like towers built on weak foundations. They will crumble, they will fall, and they will bring down everyone around them. But you are building a legacy, not just a career or a title. You are building something that will endure, something that will stand the test of time. You are building yourself. Every time you face adversity, every time someone tries to pull you down into their mud and filth, you are faced with a choice. You can choose to get down into the dirt with them, and in doing so, you forfeit the very thing that makes you who you are. You forfeit your honor, your integrity, your intellect. But if you rise above, if you refuse to stoop to their level, you show the world that there is a way to win without losing yourself in the process. You show them that real strength doesn't come from crushing others, but from elevating yourself above the chaos they create. Think of every person who has ever succeeded through dirty means. Think of those who have lied, cheated, and manipulated their way to the top. They may have a moment of glory, but it will be fleeting. It will never last. The true victory is not in the accolades or the temporary power they amass, but in the inner peace that comes from knowing that you did not compromise who you are to get there. When you fight smart, you do not sacrifice your values. You do not compromise your morals. You do not become a shadow of who you could have been just to win. Every challenge you face is an opportunity. Every setback, every roadblock is not an obstacle, but a lesson. A chance to prove that you are more than the sum of your circumstances. When the world throws its worst at you, you respond with the best of yourself. The ones who fight dirty will flounder in their own mess. They will be caught in a web of lies and deceit, and eventually, the truth will surface. But you are not concerned with hiding your true self. You do not need to wear a mask to fit in. You do not need to manipulate or control. You are confident in who you are and where you are going. You are choosing to be the person who rises above the noise. You are choosing to be the person who fights with wisdom and strategy, even when the world is telling you to fight with force and anger. It is easy to fall into the trap of anger, frustration, and vengeance. But the smart fighter, the true warrior, knows that vengeance is a fire that will eventually consume you. The greatest victory you can ever achieve is not in getting even, not in proving others wrong, but in rising above and letting your success speak for itself. As you continue down this path, there will be times when you feel disheartened. You will wonder if it is worth it. You will look at those who fight dirty and wonder why they seem to get ahead while you stay true to your principles. But that is exactly when you must remind yourself of the long-term vision. Remember that success, real success, is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It takes time. It takes persistence. It takes hard work. And most importantly, it takes patience. When you fight smart, you understand that the key to victory is timing. You do not rush into battle without knowing the lay of the land. You do not make rash decisions based on emotion. Instead, you take a step back. You think, you analyze, you strategize. You find your best course of action, and then you act decisively. But even in your action, there is grace, there is purpose, there is thoughtfulness. You understand that every move you make is not just about winning today, but about securing your future. The ones who fight dirty may get ahead for a time, but they will always be looking over their shoulder. They will always be wondering when the next betrayal or lie will catch up to them. They will always be living in fear of being exposed for who they truly are. But you will never have to look over your shoulder. You will never have to fear being exposed, because the truth will always stand with you. The power of fighting smart is that it is built on the strength of your character, and your character will never fail you. In this world, there will always be those who seek to bring you down. There will always be those who try to destroy your peace, your progress, and your purpose. They will attack you with words, with actions, with deceit. But what they do not realize is that every attack against you is only fueling your rise. Every lie they tell about you is only strengthening your resolve. Every attempt to drag you into their world of bitterness and anger is only reminding you of why you chose the higher road. Remember this, my friends. They can attack your reputation. They can challenge your actions, but they cannot touch your mind. They cannot touch your intellect. They cannot touch the core of who you are. And in the end, it is your mind, your intellect, and your unwavering commitment to fight smart that will see you through. The fight is not always won in the open. Often, it is won in the quiet moments when no one is watching, when no one is there to cheer you on. It is won in the moments when you choose to do the right thing, even when it seems like the hardest thing. It is won in the moments when you refuse to compromise your integrity for the sake of convenience. There will come a time when you look around and see the world is full of chaos, and you will have to remind yourself that you are not like the rest. You are different. You are the one who chose the smart fight. You are the one who chose to stand tall in a world full of shortcuts. And when all is said and done, when the dust settles, it will be your name that is remembered. It will be your example that others look to, and you will be the one who rises above it all. So, I leave you with this. Keep fighting. Keep rising. Keep choosing the smart path, even when it seems like the harder path. You have already proven that you are stronger than the ones who fight dirty. Now, go prove to the world that you are smarter. Fight with honor. Fight with wisdom. And most of all, fight with the unshakable belief that the world cannot break you, because you are built to rise above. The victory is yours. It has always been yours. As we stand here together, we must acknowledge the road you have chosen is paved not with ease, but with determination, resilience, and an unwavering belief in your own potential. You have made a choice that many fear to make, a choice that transcends the urge to fight dirty, the tempting shortcut that leads to hollow victories. You have chosen the harder path, the one that requires patience, discipline, and above all, intellect. This is the path of those who do not succumb to the noise and chaos of the world, but instead rise above it with grace and purpose. The truth is this: the world is full of noise, distractions, and temptation. Every corner offers an easier way out, a quicker fix, a momentary triumph that promises to be the solution to all your struggles. But these shortcuts, my friends, are like mirages. They appear to be the oasis in the desert, but they are illusions. And when you reach for them, you realize that they were never real in the first place. The victories that come from fighting dirty are like these mirages. They are quick, they are flashy, and they may fool the world for a time, but they will never bring true fulfillment. The satisfaction of dishonorable victory is empty. It is fleeting, and it is hollow. The ones who choose to fight dirty will always be searching for the next momentary gain, but they will never find peace, because deep down, they know they are deceiving themselves and the world around them. But you have chosen to fight smart. You have chosen to operate from a place of strategy, of wisdom, and of higher principles. And in doing so, you have placed yourself on a trajectory that cannot be derailed by petty tricks or underhanded tactics. You have recognized that real power comes not from manipulating others, but from mastering yourself. You know that the greatest victories are those that come from within, not from crushing your opponents or tearing them down, but from rising above the tactics that they employ, outthinking them, outmaneuvering them, and remaining true to yourself throughout the entire process. And here lies the key. You do not need to stoop to their level to win. They may throw every weapon in their arsenal at you: lies, slander, manipulation, and every dirty trick imaginable. But you stand firm. You do not need to engage in their petty games because you understand that your power lies not in their tactics, but in your ability to remain above it all. They want you to react, to lose control, to become embroiled in their filth. But you are different. You see their tricks for what they are: weak, desperate attempts to undermine your integrity and to drag you into their swamp of deceit, and you refuse. You choose to remain above the fray. You choose to rise above. This is not an easy choice. It is one that requires immense strength, self-control, and a clear understanding of what you are fighting for. It is easy to fight dirty, to retaliate in kind when you feel hurt or attacked. It is easy to let your emotions control your actions. But that is not how you fight smart. Fighting smart is about maintaining control of yourself and your actions, no matter how chaotic the world around you may become. It is about recognizing that the real battle is not with your enemies, but within yourself. The real fight is the battle of discipline, of knowing when to act, when to speak, and when to hold your peace. And so, when you are faced with opposition, when the pressure mounts, and the temptation to lash out becomes overwhelming, remember this: you are not like the others. You are not like those who crumble under pressure, who give in to their emotions, who retaliate with fire and fury. You are above that. You are the one who fights smart. You are the one who has the power to remain calm, to think critically, and to respond with purpose. Your strength is not in your ability to crush your enemies with brute force, but in your ability to rise above the noise and chaos, to outthink and outlast those who are trapped in the cycle of retaliation. The ones who fight dirty are trapped in a cycle. They cannot escape the web they have woven for themselves. Each lie they tell, each trick they employ, each deceitful act they commit pulls them further into the depths of their own darkness. They may win a battle here or there, but they are losing the war. They are slowly eroding their own soul with each dishonest act. They may gain temporary power, but that power is always fragile. It is always fleeting. And when it crumbles, as it inevitably will, they will be left with nothing but the wreckage of their own creation. You, however, are building something far more substantial. You are building a legacy of strength, resilience, and wisdom. You're not just fighting for the here and now. You are fighting for something much greater. You are fighting for your future. You are fighting for the kind of person you will become. You are fighting for the reputation you will leave behind. And that reputation will not be one built on deception and dishonor. It will be one built on integrity, on strategy, on intelligence, and on the unwavering belief that fighting smart is the only way to truly win. You see, when you fight smart, you play the long game. You do not succumb to the instant gratification that comes with fighting dirty. You do not seek the cheap thrill of a quick victory. Instead, you focus on what matters most, the bigger picture. You understand that success is not measured by momentary wins, but by long-term progress. You understand that the true measure of success is not in the things you achieve, but in the person you become in the process. It is not about the awards, the accolades, or the applause. It is about how you conduct yourself when no one is watching, when the pressure is on, and when the world is waiting for you to make a mistake. It is about knowing that you will be able to look yourself in the mirror and be proud of the person you see. And let us not forget, my friends, that those who fight dirty are often consumed by their own anger, their own hatred, and their own need for validation. They are driven by their own insecurities and fears. They fight to prove something to themselves, to show the world that they are powerful. But this need for validation is a trap. It is a poison that slowly consumes them from the inside out. They live in constant fear, fear of being exposed, fear of being outsmarted, fear of being outdone. And this fear drives them to resort to dirty tactics, to cheat, to lie, to manipulate. But you are different. You are not fighting for validation. You are fighting for something much more profound, the pursuit of excellence, the pursuit of truth, and the pursuit of the person you are destined to become. The battle you are fighting is not one against others. It is not about defeating your enemies or tearing down those who stand in your way. It is about defeating the limitations within yourself. It is about proving to yourself that you are capable of rising above, of choosing the smart path, even when the world around you is screaming at you to take the easy route. It is about proving to yourself that you can stay true to your values, your principles, and your integrity, no matter how difficult the circumstances may be. When you fight smart, you are not merely reacting to the challenges in front of you. You are proactively creating your own path. You are setting the pace, directing the course of your life, and not allowing anyone or anything to derail you. You are not letting the noise of the world drown out your purpose. You are not letting the dirty tactics of others dictate how you live your life. You are forging ahead with confidence and clarity, knowing that your path is the one that will lead to true success. And make no mistake, my friends, success is inevitable for those who fight smart. The road may be long, the battles may be hard, and the challenges may seem insurmountable at times. But remember that every step you take is a step toward the person you are destined to become. Every decision you make, every challenge you overcome, and every moment of discipline you exhibit is building the life you want to create. And when all is said and done, when the dust settles and the world looks back at the battles you have fought, it will be your story that stands out. It will be your legacy that endures. As the world continues to test you, as the pressures mount and the temptation to fight dirty grows stronger, remind yourself that you are different. You have chosen the path of intelligence, of integrity, and of honor. And no matter how hard the fight gets, no matter how dark the world around you may become, you will always rise above, because that is the true power of fighting smart. It is not about defeating your opponents. It is about defeating yourself, defeating your doubts, your fears, and your temptations. It is about choosing to be better, to be smarter, and to rise above. So, keep fighting, my friends. Keep rising. Keep proving that fighting smart is the only way to win. The world needs more of us who choose to fight with honor, with intelligence, and with purpose. The world needs more of us who rise above the chaos, who rise above the noise, and who show the world that true victory comes from within. You are the ones who will make a difference. You are the ones who will change the world. Keep fighting smart, and the victory will be yours. The victory is already in your grasp. In conclusion, remember that the path you have chosen, the path of rising above, of fighting smart, is not the easy one, but it is the one that leads to lasting success and fulfillment. While others may take shortcuts and engage in deceit, you are building something far more powerful, a legacy of integrity, resilience, and wisdom. Keep your focus on the bigger picture, stay true to your principles, and never let the noise of the world pull you into its chaos. The victory you seek is already yours, for it is found not in defeating others, but in mastering yourself. Keep rising, keep fighting smart, and your success will endure.